Um, have you ever noticed that some of the most profitable people in the trading world rarely ever look at a chart?
Yeah, they aren't stressing over candlestick patterns or, predicting market crashes at all.
Right. Instead, they build entire businesses simply by directing the traffic.
Yeah.
So today's deep dive is into the strategic guide to becoming an introducing broker. Our mission is to figure out how these individuals turn a financial audience into recurring revenue, without ever placing a single trade themselves. Okay, let's unpack this. Because shifting from a solo market participant to a business partner who owns the plumbing of the trading ecosystem, well, it is just a brilliant pivot.
It really is. It completely changes how you look at the industry. I mean, to understand how you monetize a network like this, we have to look at the exact mechanics of an introducing broker or, an IB.
Right, what they actually do.
Exactly. So simply put, an IB connects qualified clients to a brokerage. You don't hold the client's money and you don't execute their trades. You are purely the bridge.
And in return, the broker pays you, right?
Mhm.
I think the sources mentioned it usually happens in two ways, like a cost per acquisition or CPA, which is a flat fee, or a cut of the spread.
Yeah, a cut of the spread is huge. It means you're taking a tiny fraction of a pip, basically a micro percentage, on every single trade that your network executes over time.
Oh, wow. So if your network trades actively, that micro percentage compounds into serious passive revenue.
Precisely. But a lot of people misinterpret this model. They think it's a pure affiliate marketing game. Just drop a referral link in a social media bio and wait for the cash to roll in.
Which never works.
Right. No, it fails almost every time. People need way more than that.
Yeah, because nobody is going to hand over their life savings to a complex financial platform just because they saw a random link. It actually reminds me of a real estate agent. I mean, if you're the agent, you don't own the house, right? That's the brokerage.
Right, exactly.
And you aren't buying the house, because that's the trader. You just facilitate the match. But more importantly, you sit next to the beginner and kind of hold their hand through the terrifying paperwork, the deposits, and all those confusing account types.
What's fascinating here is that in a highly skeptical industry, trust is your actual product. It's your ultimate conversion tool. For a beginner stepping into foreign exchange or commodities, the terrain is super intimidating.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't know the difference between MT4, MT5, or cTrader. Those are just the actual software programs they need to download just to look at the market.
Yeah, the jargon alone is scary. So the IB's real job is reducing that uncertainty.
Right. If you can patiently answer those practical setup questions, you become the person who made market access safe. You're essentially acting as a decentralized trust broker.
Okay, so once you become that trusted guide and get them through the door, you have to keep them trading. The guide emphasizes moving from a casual hustle to a highly scalable system. They talk about tracking lead sources and obsessing over registration rates. But the detail that caught my eye was funding friction.
Yeah, fixing funding friction is critical. Because in trading, momentum is everything.
Right.
If a client is excited to trade, but the deposit process is clunky or, their local currency isn't easily accepted.
They just abandon the process.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Which is lost revenue for you and the broker. Scalable IBs map out every single click it takes to fund an account, and they eliminate the roadblocks. And this ties directly into choosing the right brokerage partner.
Like the guide uses Monaxa as an example of a broker with a broad ecosystem, right?
Right. And here's how that ecosystem solves a massive retention problem. Let's say you bring in a client who wants to trade themselves, but they lose money and get frustrated.
Yeah, which happens a lot with beginners.
Oh, all the time. If your broker only offers self-directed trading, that client leaves forever. But with a broad ecosystem like Monaxa, you can immediately pivot that client into copy trading.
Oh, where their account automatically mirrors a successful veteran trader.
Exactly. Or even into a fully managed solution. You retain the client and your revenue stream because the broker had the infrastructure to adapt to the client's changing needs.
That makes total sense for retention.
Yeah.
But, reading through the guide, I kept getting tripped up by the compliance section.
Oh, the compliance stuff, yeah.
Wait, if I'm literally just passing along a link and helping someone set up software, I'm not touching their money. Why is the strict compliance burden falling on me?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, financial authorities don't just regulate the execution of trades, they regulate the inducement to trade.
Ah, okay. The inducement.
Right. When you're the one bringing people in, blurring the lines between, here's how to use the software and here's personalized financial advice, that creates massive legal risk.
So if an IB makes unsupported claims about easy money on social media, regulators will step in.
They will drop the hammer on both the IB and the broker who allowed it. Clean operating standards and accurate messaging are what actually keep your doors open.
So what does this mean for you listening right now? If you've built an engaged audience, a private community, or a local financial network, the IB model lets you monetize that trust.
It definitely reframes the value of an audience. It offers a way to build a financial business with way less operational nightmare than launching a full brokerage.
Right, all while making market access easier for your followers.
Yeah, and it leaves us with an intriguing question to consider. If the most successful IBs win simply by acting as human friction removers, basically reducing uncertainty in a complex market,
Uh-huh.
could this exact same community-led introducer model be the secret to disrupting other highly intimidating, heavily regulated industries?
Oh, wow. It really makes you wonder where else we desperately need someone to step in, decode the jargon, and just guide us through the door. Something for you to think about.